Everyone wants resurrection power, but almost no one wants the crucified life that comes before it. You see, Paul says something shocking in Philippians chapter 3, verse 10. He says, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being confronted to his death. And notice the order here. Resurrection power is never separated from crucifixion. So we want power without surrender, and we want authority without obedience. And in our flesh, we want victory without death to self. But God doesn't release resurrection power to uncrucified lives. Why? Because resurrection power is not fuel for the flesh. It's power for a life that has already died. And Paul says in Galatians chapter 2, verse 20, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I live, but the Christ who lives in me. And that's the secret. As long as self is alive, resurrection power would only amplify pride. So God waits until self is put on the cross. And here's the truth. God doesn't raise from the dead what hasn't first died. He doesn't empower what hasn't yet surrendered, and he doesn't glorify what refuses the cross. The cross is where self ends. Resurrection is where Christ begins to live through you. So if you want resurrection power, don't ask God to be stronger. Ask him to crucify what keeps you in control. So die to self and watch God bring resurrection power. Follow for more.